I call upon the spirit of the owl, messenger of wisdom. Welcome to the Temple of the Owl. Merry meet, seekers of knowledge, for I am Matt's owl, your guide through the mystical realms. I wish your day be enchanted and blessed. In this episode, we will discuss Yule, and it's episode number 14, within the heart of the Temple of the Owl, hidden deep in the mystical forests of Northern California. Here, amidst the whispers of the trees, we embark on a journey through the realms of magic and spirituality. As we traverse these enchanted paths, know that our perspective is that of the modern witch, weaving the threads of tradition and innovation into a tapestry of understanding. As always, the musings shared within these hollowed walls are but seeds of thought, offerings to inspire the magic that dwells within you. Witchcraft, you see, is a personal odyssey, a sacred dance between the practitioner and the unseen forces that shape our reality. Take these whispers of wisdom, mold them as clay in your hands, and let the alchemy of your spirit transform them into the essence of your own magical existence. Gratitude flows from me for your attentive ears and the supportive energies. A special thank you to those attuned to the frequencies of the Troubled Minds Radio Network, KUAP Digital Broadcasting. Venture forth to troubledminds.org, where an invitation awaits you to join in the rich tapestry of conversations led by the mysterious Michael Strange. Explore Troubled Minds /friends to connect with the kindred souls and extend your support to the enchanting collaborators shaping the existence of this radio station. Follow the wise Rohan of the Exiled Minds podcast, and a heartfelt appreciation goes to those gentlemen for inspiring and producing this show. As the cauldron of wisdom bubbles, let us stir a brew with the MOD, or the message of the day, an incantation to set the tone for our mystical discourse. And today's quote is, "The Yule log burns in fire bright, old years passes within this night. By fires of old on longest night, turn the wheel and birth new light." And that's by Lady Abigail. And I feel that because she's talking about how we can use this time to purify and let go of old energy and grow again. Let's discuss Yule and why it's important to the understanding of the wheel of the year. This is a part of a series that talks about the Sabbats, or the holy days, around the year. And it's time for Yule. In the veil of winter's embrace, let me share with you the mystical essence of Yule, woven with the threads of ancient traditions and the whispers of the spirits. Yule is a winter festival that has been celebrated for centuries and holds significance in various cultures and traditions. Here is an overview of Yule, its origins, and how it is celebrated. Yule has ancient roots and is associated with the winter solstice, the shortest day and longest night of the year in the northern hemisphere. It typically falls between December 20th and 23rd. The word Yule is of Old Norse origin, and the festival has connections to Norse, Germanic, and Anglo-Saxon traditions. Yule, a tapestry spun in the loom of time, finds its roots in ancient lore of the Norse and the rhythm of the winter solstice, where the sun, weary yet resilient, begins its journey anew. Yule marks the rebirth of the sun, as after the solstice the days gradually begin to lengthen and sunlight increases. Many Yule traditions are centered around bringing light and warmth to counter the darkness of the winter. Yule is a celestial dance of shadows and light, heralds the rebirth of the sun. As the solstice dawns, we honor the cosmic balance, welcoming the return of the sun's golden embrace. One of the center symbols of Yule is the Yule log. Traditionally, a large log, often oak or ash, is burned at the hearth. The log represents the return of the sun and is sometimes saved in the kindle for next year's Yule fire. Behold the Yule log, a sacred offering to the hearth flames. Its crackling whispers echo the promise of warmth and the triumph of light over the winter's night. Evergreen plants such as holly, ivy, and mistletoe are commonly used in Yule decorations. These plants, which stay green throughout winter, symbolize life and hope. Enchant your hearth with evergreen allies, holly, ivy, and mistletoe, symbols of life enduring through the frost's chill, guardians of the eternal green. Yule is a time for feasting and celebration. Traditional foods may include roast meats, fruits, nuts, and spiced beverages. Wassailing is a custom of toasting and singing to the health of apple trees. It is also associated with Yule. Gather at the table of abundance, where feasts of roast delights and spiced elixirs kindle the fires of merriment. Wassail, dear kin, to the spirits of the orchard and glen. Gift-giving is a common Yule tradition. The practice is symbolic of the generosity of the sun and the spirit of sharing during the winter season. In some traditions, small gifts may be placed on a Yule tree. In the spirit of generosity, gifts are exchanged. A dance of love and camaraderie, echoing the spirit of the sun, sharing its radiant glow with all who partake. Similar to the Christmas tree, the Yule tree is adorned with lights, ornaments, and symbols of the season. It is a representation of the world tree, or the axis mundi, connecting the realms of earth and sky. The Yule tree is adorned with twinkling lights and symbols, stands as the nexus between the realms. Its branches reach into the eternal, bringing the realms of earth and sky. In Norse mythology, Yule is a time for honoring the god Odin and the spirits of the land. The Wild Hunt, a mythical event led by Odin and other spectral figures, is sometimes associated with Yule in the northern European folklore. In the halls of Norse mythology, Odin, the Allfather, is hailed during Yule, and the spectral Wild Hunt courses through the winter winds. Today, Yule is celebrated by various modern pagan and Wiccan traditions, where it may be considered one of the 8 Sabbats or holidays on the wheel of the year. Yule celebrations often include rituals, meditation, and reflection on the past year. Modern covens and solitary practitioners weave Yule into the fabric of the wheel of the year with rituals, meditations, and reflections. A sacred journey through the cycle of life. Yule has evolved into a festival celebrated by people of various spiritual and religious backgrounds. It is embraced by those who appreciate its connection to nature, the changing seasons, and the themes of light and hope during the winter months. Yule, a cosmic symphony, transcends boundaries, embraced by those who seek the essence of nature's cycles and the eternal dance of light and shadow. Yule marks the rebirth of the sun. It is the longest night up to this point, and then the days become longer again. The sun waxes and wanes just like the moon, but it takes 1 year instead of every month. The 2 solstices are the turning points. The sun grows brighter and gives us hope. In our myths, the mother gives birth to the Sun King. He is a child of light. One of my favorite myths is the story of the Oak King and the Holly King. The Oak King and the Holly King are figures rooted in pagan and Wiccan mythology, representing the dualistic nature of the horned god, the deity associated with the masculine energies in nature. The concept of the Oak King and the Holly King is closely tied to the changing seasons and the cycle of life, death, and rebirth. The Oak King is associated with the waxing or growing phase of the yearly cycle, particularly from the winter solstice to the summer solstice. He is often depicted as a symbol of strength, vitality, and the power of the sun. The Oak King reaches the peak of his power around the summer solstice, when the days are the longest, and he reigns over the fertile, warm months. Conversely, the Holly King represents the waning or diminishing phase of the yearly cycle, covering the period from the summer solstice to the winter solstice. The Holly King is often portrayed as a figure of wisdom, transformation, and the declining strength of the sun. His power peaks around the winter solstice, when the days are the shortest, and he rules over the darker, colder months. The Oak King and the Holly King engage in a symbolic battle at the solstices, representing the cylindrical struggle between light and darkness, life and death. During the summer solstice, the Oak King is triumphant, but at the winter solstice, the Holly King emerges victorious, marking the transition from the darkest night to the gradual return of longer days. The dualistic nature of the Oak King and the Holly King is a reflection of the ever-changing seasons, illustrating the perpetual dance of light and shadow in the natural world. This concept embodies the broader theme of balance in nature and the interconnectedness of life and death. Imagery associated with the Oak King often includes the mighty oak tree, which stands as a symbol of endurance, strength, and vitality. The Holly King is linked to the holly plant, with its prickly leaves and red berries, representing protection, transformation, and the darker aspects of nature. In some pagan and Wiccan traditions, rituals and celebrations are held to honor and acknowledge the transitions between the Oak King and the Holly King. These ceremonies may include symbolic representations of the changing seasons, such as the use of oak and holly branches, as well as rituals that express gratitude for the cycles of nature. Oak King and Holly King mythos serves as a symbolic framework for understanding the cylindrical nature of the seasons, the interplay of light and darkness, and the internal dance of life and death in the tapestry of the natural world. An astrological timing. The sun enters Capricorn. Capricorn and Saturn remind us of both old and young. They are about handing off responsibility to the next generation. Father Time is seen as Saturn, or even the Grim Reaper. He is taking the life for a new one to be reborn. We have the image of Baby New Year. Many cultures see this time as the birth of the sun god, and so the Christians moved the celebration of Jesus' birthday closer to the solstice. The Druids called this day Alban Arthurnus. The Druids held mistletoe as a sacred plant. They would treat it with great significance because the wood of a mistletoe tree was the weapon used to slay Balder, the Norse sun god. His mother declared that the herb could only forever be used in acts of love, hence where kissing under the mistletoe came from. In the Roman times, a feast and festival was dedicated to the god Saturn called Saturnalia. Gifts were exchanged and parties were held to let go of the pressures of the world. The tarot card of the sun from the major arcana symbolizes life, light, and sustainability. To celebrate Yule, focus on the sunlight coming back into your life. Light candles to bring in the light and meditate on the light. Magic for protection of the winter months. Heal your inner child and celebrate the memories with your loved ones. Take some time to ponder the things that you need in your life or need to end in your life so that something new can grow. In the hearth's glow and the quiet of winter, may the magic of Yule enchant your spirit, kindling the flame and hope and renewal in the tapestry of the season. And I know a lot of people, I hope you guys are have a good holiday that you can enjoy with your family. And remember things that it's not all about presents and gifts. It's about the time we spend with people and the origins of this ancient tradition. I feel it's important that we understand why we celebrate what we celebrate. And so I kind of wanted to talk about how it goes back pretty far all the way, and how we have to understand that these traditions are an ancient what we celebrate, and why we celebrate it is just as important. So I hope you guys have a great Yule festival, and I thank you guys for listening. That's all for today. So I am Matt Sal. Thank you for journeying with me through the Temple of the Owl on the frequencies of the Troubled Minds Radio Network, KUAP Digital Broadcasting. Blessed be.
For centuries, witchcraft has been considered and associated with the devil. Stories of wicked ritualists and the evil poison Snow White and Owl have portrayed Jason as antagonistic monsters. But anyway, my name is Matt Sal, and with the spirit of the owl, messenger of wisdom, I want to break those stereotypes and shed some light on the positive side of the craft. And shed some light, and with the spirit of the owl, on the positive side. My name is Matt Sal, and with messenger of wisdom, seeking the knowledge of the mysteries of the positive side of the craft. Seeking the knowledge to explore the mysteries of the universe. So let's learn and teach each other at the Temple of the Owl.
For many centuries, witchcraft has been considered evil, associated with the devil and all things dark. Let's break these stereotypes with your host, Matt Sal, of the Temple of the Owl. Let's talk about magic, of the old ways to explore the many roles of the witch, learn the tools of the craft, the history of the science behind this ancient